Love, adventure, and an idyllic escape from reality. A story that begins with a young couple's dreamy getaway. But what if I told you that this charming romance took an unexpected turn? A turn so gut-wrenching that it kept the world waiting for 31 long years. Join us on this journey of piecing together the fragments of an unsolved puzzle with twists and turns that defy all reason. It's November 18, 1987, when Tanya Van Cuylenborg, 18, and her high school sweetheart Jay Cook, 20, leave British Columbia for Seattle to run an errand. They decide to spend the night in Cook's parents' van. Little did they know that there was no return home. The trip was supposed to last a day, and when the couple didn't return the following evening, their parents knew that something sinister was up. While Tanya's elder brother John was away at college, he received a frantic call from his concerned father. What could have possibly gone wrong? The families decided to file missing person reports and clung on to hope. Finally, on November 24, 1987, a devastating discovery awaited the investigators. Tanya's lifeless body had been discovered in a desolate ditch within the rural expanse of Skagit County, Washington, a staggering 80-mile stretch from the city of Seattle. Tanya had been murdered in cold blood, the crime scene devoid of any emotion or remorse. The brutality of her fate revealed itself in a fatal gunshot wound to the head, and her attire told a harrowing tale. Her lower body had been stripped off of her clothes, and zip ties lay in proximity to her, underscoring the agony she endured. However, the discovery of her body was just the tip of the iceberg. Cook was still missing, and the investigators thought of all possibilities. It was clear that she had been raped. Just a day after, the keys to the van, Tanya's ID, ammunition matching the bullet that killed Tanya, and more zip ties, and a disposable glove turned up from underneath the porch of a local tavern in Bellingham, close to the bus station. The van was discovered the same day, and it had a crucial clue: Tanya's black pants and more of those zip ties. A day later, investigators sadly encountered what they had been dreading all along. Jay's badly battered and bruised body had been found nearly 70 miles away from where Tanya had been found. Jay had been strangled to death, and something much worse, a pack of cigarettes had been stuffed down his throat. What cruelty did the young couple suffer amidst their trip? Zip ties were again found even near Jay's body. After months of investigation and search, no leads were found. It's like the perpetrator had vanished into thin air, and just like that, 7 years had passed. In 1995, a guardian angel in the form of a Snohomish County detective named Jim Scharf helped form a cold case team. And guess what? Technology had developed, and they had found semen from Tanya's pants that didn't match Jay Cook. The DNA of the suspect was named Individual A. Now this is where things start getting interesting. In 2015, nearly 10 years later, a random woman named Chelsea Rustad uploaded her DNA to a platform called GED Match that is designed for the communal creation of family trees. Little did she know that her DNA would wield a pivotal role in finding the culprit who had been on the loose for 31 years. In 2018, the Golden State Killer, a man rumored to have had several skeletons in his closet, had been caught. He had been responsible for numerous rapes and murders and was identified using the same GED match technology. That's when Detective Scharf had a brilliant idea. Why not use the same technology to find the killers of Tanya and Jay? Soon, Individual A's DNA was uploaded by Paraben Nanolabs to the GED match, and a genealogist named C.C. Moore joined the team. After 31 years of waiting, a bright ray of hope shone through the results of the GED match. Two people who shared enough DNA with Individual A, the killer, had been found. His name? William Earl Talbot II, but the police couldn't barge into his house and arrest him without solid evidence. That's when they did the unthinkable. Detective Scharf tailed Talbot, who was a trucker, for a few days, until they got hold onto a used paper cup which was rushed to the Washington State Patrol lab the very same day. The result was shocking. The DNA was a 100% match. Everyone involved shed tears of joy after the results came out. Nearly 31 years of relentless search proved to be fruitful, and it meant that the families could finally get closure that they desperately needed. Talbot was finally arrested and taken into custody. In June 2019, William Talbot II pleaded not guilty to 2 counts of aggravated murder as his trial commenced in Snohomish County Superior Court. Defense attorney Rachel Ford argued that DNA evidence could be explained by consensual sex, and co-counsel John Scott maintained insufficient proof for guilt. Prosecution countered with Talbot's DNA on victims' bodies, his proximity to Jay Cook's body and the presence of zip ties in all the crimes. What proof could be clearer than this? On June 28, 2019, after a 2-week trial, the jury found Talbot guilty, and a month after, he was sentenced to 2 life terms. With each passing day, life seemed like a waiting game for Tanya and Jay's family. After 31 years of agony, they had finally found peace.